All right, today we're going on a bit of a quest. We're counting down to find the single most powerful, bone-crushing, awe-inspiring bite on the entire planet. We're talking about forces that are almost hard to imagine. So let's get started.
So, what creature really has the mightiest bite? It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer is full of surprises. We're going to rank some serious contenders, from the mammals you know and love to some ancient reptiles, to crown our ultimate champion. But first, we need to get on the same page about how we actually measure this kind of power. So, it all comes down to a little something called PSI, or pounds per square inch. Now, this isn't just about raw strength, it's about focus. Think about it like this. Imagine taking all of an animal's biting power and concentrating it onto a single point, an area about the size of your thumbnail. That intense, focused pressure, that's PSI, and that's the number we're hunting for.
Okay, so before we dive into the animal kingdom's heavyweights, we need a baseline, something relatable. And what better place to start than, well, with us? How do we humans stack up? A human bite comes in at about 160 psi. I mean, it's enough to get you through a tough pistachio shell, which is something, but in the grand scheme of things, we're really just getting warmed up. So remember that number, 160. It's gonna look pretty tiny in just a minute.
Okay, baseline is set. Now for the real contenders. We're kicking things off with some of the most famous and, let's be honest, feared mammals out there.
Whoa, okay, let's break this down. The lion, the so-called king, comes in strong at 650 psi. That's more than 4 times a human. Not bad. But look at this. The tiger leaps way ahead with a massive 1050 psi. But here's the shocker. Look who comes out on top. The hyena. Yeah, the one everyone thinks is just a scavenger, actually outbites them both at 1100 psi. So wait a minute. How does a hyena, generate more crushing force than a tiger? The answer is pretty fascinating, and it has everything to do with its unique place in the food chain. It's not just about making a kill, it's about what you can do with it afterwards. First off, you gotta forget that whole scavenger myth you see in the movies. Hyenas are incredible hunters. They kill about 95% of their own food. Their jaws are an evolutionary masterpiece, specifically designed to do what other predators can't: crush bone, horns, even hooves. This gives them access to the super nutritious bone marrow inside, which is a total game changer for survival. It's the ultimate leave-no-waste strategy, and it's all led by powerful females, who are actually bigger and more aggressive than the males. All right, let's leave the savanna for now and head over to the forests of North America, where we're gonna meet an absolute icon of raw power. And the grizzly bear just snags the lead with an enormous 1200 psi. This is a classic omnivore, so its jaws have to be strong enough to handle everything from berries and roots to, well, bone. And to give you an idea of what that means, 1200 psi isn't just enough to crack a bowling ball. We're talking about completely crushing it. Just incredible power. Okay, our next contender is a total curveball. You probably think of herbivores as, peaceful plant eaters. Well, get ready to rethink everything, because this next one is one of the most dangerous animals in all of Africa. Get this, 1,800 psi. We're talking about the hippopotamus. And please, don't let the vegetarian diet fool you for a second. This animal is responsible for more human deaths in Africa than pretty much any other large animal. That bite isn't for eating meat. It is pure, unadulterated defensive power. And here's why they're so dangerous. A hippo can open its mouth an unbelievable 4 feet wide. And inside, it has canine tusks that can grow up to 20 inches long. These aren't for chewing salad. They are pure weapons, used for these brutal territorial battles with other hippos. The force is strong enough to snap a 3-person canoe clean in 2. Okay, so the land mammals are seriously impressive, right? No question. But to find the true monsters, the real titans of bite force, we have to go somewhere else. We have to leave the land behind and head into the water. Things are about to get serious. And our first stop introduces us to what is essentially a living dinosaur. This is the largest reptile on Earth, an apex predator that has been perfecting its ambush technique for over 200 million years. Meet the saltwater crocodile. Whoa, just look at that jump. We're now at 3,700 psi. Let me be clear, that is the strongest bite force ever directly measured on a living animal. We just more than doubled the hippo. This is a whole different league. We're in a new category of predator now.
But it's not just about the clamping force. That's only part of the nightmare. A crocodile combines that insane pressure with a terrifying move. It bites down and then it spins its entire body in the water. It's called the death roll. This motion uses the water's resistance to literally tear its prey apart. It is brutally, horrifyingly effective.
All right, from the riverbanks to the deep blue sea, it's time to meet the one you've all been waiting for, the ocean's most legendary predator, the star of countless nightmares, the great white shark.
An estimated 4,000 psi, just edging out the crocodile. Now, that word estimated is really important here because, let's face it, trying to directly measure the bite force of a great white in the open ocean is, well, it's pretty much impossible. But based on complex scientific models of its skull and muscles, this is the number scientists have landed on. It's widely considered the most powerful bite in today's animal kingdom.
So, 4,000 psi. That has to be it, right? The top of the mountain? Well, not even close. The animals we have today are just echoes, shadows of the giants that came before. To find the true, undisputed champion of all time, we've got to go back. Way back.
Yeah, the great white is the king of today's oceans, but it would have been lunch for this thing. Say hello to Deinosuchus. It's a prehistoric relative of crocodiles that grew up to 40 feet long and, get this, it used to hunt dinosaurs.
Okay, brace yourself for this number. An estimated 23,000 psi. No, that is not a typo. 23,000. That's nearly 6 times the power of a great white shark. It's a level of force that is just, it's hard to even wrap your head around. There is no question this is the strongest bite force we know of. Period. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway? It's that a powerful bite isn't just one thing. It's the ultimate survival tool, like a Swiss Army knife shaped by evolution. For a hippo, it's a defensive shield. For a tiger, it's a precision weapon. And for the hyena, it's the master key that unlocks a food source no one else can get to. It's all about survival. All of this power, every single one of these incredible adaptations, was forged in the fires of survival over millions and millions of years. And that kind of leaves you wondering, doesn't it? In a world that's changing faster than ever, what new challenges, what new pressures will shape the predators of tomorrow?